Hello?
Oh, good morning. How can I help you?
I noticed you shopped off the highway not too long ago, and I figured I could use a few extra bucks.
Well, you've come to the right place.
Glad to hear that. How much can you give me for that?
Can I test that?
Do what you have to do.
Awesome. So you just had this lying around your house?
It was my ex-wife's. I guess it reminded me of her too much, so I hid it away over the years. Came across it the other day and figured it might be worth something.
I see. Well, I'm very happy that you decided to bring this in to me today. It's 24 karat gold. And this ruby is like nothing I've ever seen before. I'd be willing to give you, say, 500 cash. I'm being generous here too because I don't know too much about stones. So what do you say?
Well, it's 500 more than I had when I walked in. You got yourself a deal?
Great. Okay. Well, I'm going to give you this paperwork to fill out. Sign there. I'm also going to need your driver's license. I'm going to make a copy, and while you're doing that, I'll get your cash ready. Hey, Wendy.
Hey, Tom.
How was your day?
Good.
What you working on?
Sorry, I'm just trying to get in some last-minute work before my presentation tomorrow. Mr. Richard has been on my ass.
Yeah, he's the worst. Always making you do all his homework. Well, I got you something today at the store that I think you'd really like.
Uh-huh.
And it would look gorgeous on you.
Oh my god. Tom.
You like it or no?
Yeah, this is beautiful. How much did you pay for this?
Oh, stop that. Don't be ridiculous. You know the business is doing well and you can afford something nice once in a while.
How does it look?
Gorgeous.
How could I ever thank you?
I can think of a few things.
morning, honey.
Wendy.
Don't look so shocked.
What made you want to get up in the middle of the night and cut all your hair off?
It may seem odd to you, but I thought a change might do me some good.
Oh.
It's not a big deal. Take a seat. Breakfast is almost ready.
Okay. Thank you.
What kind of bacon is this? It isn't even crispy.
What do you mean? It's a turkey bacon. It's the bacon you say it's healthier for us.
Right. Right. I guess sometimes I just miss the real thing, is all.
Howard Schaefer. Schaefer, who was charged with the murder of his wife Diane, has been sentenced, finally, after contradictions in court. I've got some questions for you, Mr. Schaefer.
Did you forget something? Oh, I'm sorry. I was expecting somebody else. Can I help you?
Yes, actually.
Wait! You're that gold buyer, aren't you?
Yes. I'm here to talk to you about that piece of jewelry you sold me yesterday.
Yeah, what about it? A deal's a deal.
I'm not here to try to sell it back to you.
So what are you here for?
That woman who just left?
Are you stalking me too?
That's my wife.
Why don't you come in? Can I get you a beer?
Sure.
You're gonna need one.
Thank you.
So what do you want me to start?
Why my wife was at your house today?
Well, son, this may sound impossible, but that woman might look like your wife, might talk like your wife, but inside, she's not your wife.
What the hell are you talking about? What do you mean she's not my wife? How's that even possible?
I don't know how it's possible, but somehow it's true. She's got the mind and the soul of my wife, Diane.
Oh, your wife? Didn't you kill your wife?
Done your homework, I see. But just reading what was written doesn't mean you know the whole truth.
So why don't you tell me the whole truth then?
Well, it was almost about 30 years ago now. My wife Diane and I had first moved into our first home together.
I wonder if they left anything up here. Wow! Jackpot!
Let me see. Wow. Can't believe anyone would leave so much stuff behind.
Some of this stuff might be from before the last owners.
Wow. Look at this. It's beautiful. I wonder how long it's been up here. Howard, how do I look?
Gorgeous as usual. Diane! Diane, are you all right? Diane!
Where am I?
You're in the attic of our new home, don't you remember?
What year is it?
Diane, are you all right? Did you hit your head?
What year is it?
1983.
1983? Over 100 years. Evil. Get it off me. Get it off. Get it off.
Diane, no! Stop! Don't! When I told the police what happened, they thought I was crazy. They accused me of pushing her out of the attic. I couldn't defend against it. I mean, how could I? I was already on record from when the police arrived. When I first made my statement, I was still in shock, and I told them exactly what had happened. About how when she put on the necklace, she started acting strange, and how she yelled that the necklace was evil. They thought my story was so crazy that I must be trying to cover up what I had done.
So how does any of this connect with my wife?
When Diane, your wife, showed up at my door, she explained to me that when she put on the necklace, her soul or consciousness was trapped inside the stone like some sort of curse.
Seriously? You expect me to believe that? How's that even possible?
Diane told me that when she put on the necklace in our attic all those years ago, the woman whose consciousness was already trapped inside it was exchanged into her body. The same thing must have happened to your wife, only this time it was Diane that was exchanged from the necklace.
I don't know, Howard. You really expect me to believe this crazy story? I mean, it's crazy. I don't know what you're talking about.
I know it does. But do you have any other explanation as to why your wife came here talking to me like she was my wife, Diane?
I guess not. So, you willingly came into my store and knew there was something wrong with this necklace, yet you still sold it to me?
I needed the money.
Of course you did.
Besides, I didn't know how deep this went.
Well, if what you're telling me is true, then I just need to put the necklace back on her, and hopefully it reverses back to my wife.
In theory, it would work.
Okay, well, I guess I know what I need to do. Thanks for your help, Howard. Have a good one.
But what about Diane?
What about her? Hey, Wendy.
Hey, honey. Back from work so soon?
Yeah, it was a quick day. I figured I'd get home early. How was your day? How'd your presentation go?
I called out. I figured they could handle it without me, and I needed a day off.
Wow, it seems so sudden. How did Mr. Richards take it?
He didn't mind at all.
You know, I found this in the bathroom this morning.
I didn't like how it looked on me.
But you loved it last night, didn't you?
Why are we fighting about this? It's just a necklace.
Okay. Well, if it's just a necklace, then why don't you put it on, Diane?
If you know who I am, then you should know that I will never go back inside that cursed thing.
Well, what about my wife and my future family with her? You ever think about that?
How can I feel bad for her when I was a victim of the same evil magic? I lost 30 some odd years to my life, and to my family, I'm dead.
Diane, please, think about what you're doing. Listen to me, do the right thing. Please put this necklace back on, I'm begging you.
You're right.
No! Why would you do this? My wife! What have you done? How could you do this?
So during the second day of production on the Soulstone, we had a little bit of unforeseen trouble with one of the props. There's a scene where Wendy gives false hope to Tom, and she acts like she's about to put on the necklace, and then she turns and destroys the necklace on the floor. Well, obviously we can't destroy the prop, so I had set up a pillow on the ground for her to throw it on. Well, during one of the takes, she completely missed the pillow.
Oh shit. Missed the pillow.
I actually broke it.
You know, we were pretty upset about it. I was pretty worried what to do next. We had a whole day of shooting to come, and I needed the prop for close-ups and whatnot. So we were thinking about gluing it together and all that. And then I remembered we had another package that Overstock.com had sent me completely out of the blue, and they never charged me for it. And I was, planning on sending it back the next day. And so I opened it up hoping that it would be the same necklace that was broken. And I opened up the box and it turns out it was the exact same prop, completely undistinguishable from the first one. So I got really lucky. We were able to finish the shoot that day on day 2 and day 3 without having to glue anything together. And it all worked out great because the final shot of the film, we actually used the broken prop as the necklace. So it all worked out in the end, and from now on, I'm ordering 2 props every time I need a prop. So the Soulstone was my first true short film that I worked on, and I learned quite a lot from producing it. Well, one thing is for sure, I learned that it's not as easy as it looks to get everything together. There's so many elements that go into putting together a short film, from having crew there on time to providing meals, and making sure that you give the correct direction to your actors so they know what to expect or what you want them to portray on camera. Another note about crew is I also think, there's lots of coordination that go on between your crew. One example is when we were in the attic scene, when he pulls the light down to turn the lights on for the attic, that was all coordinated underneath with one of the crew members plugging 2 outlets in at once to get the lights to come on coordinated. Took a couple takes, didn't always have it perfectly. One or 2 takes we had him pull the string and nothing happened at all. I also learned that what you write on paper doesn't always translate perfectly onto film. I mean, I definitely don't think that everything in the film is what I thought it would look like in my head. I think one of the biggest things I realized was the pacing of things. I don't think there was really a hook in the film until about 3 or 4 minutes in, when Wendy sits up in her bed at night and the necklace is glowing red. I also learned a lot about locations. The attic scene was extremely hard to get the shots that I had planned for because of the spacing. Couldn't move the camera far away from the actors, couldn't get the angles I wanted because of what was up in the attic. You can see in the behind the scenes shots how tight it actually was. I think we had an audio guy behind a boiler and he was sticking the boom mic over a vent. We had a dolly set up in the attic, and the dolly we had to make sure there was room on each side of the dolly so I didn't get stuck on anything while I was going forward. Lighting, there was a lot of lighting issues, but I think we had a single light in the attic, and then we had an omni light behind the camera to make sure nothing was too silhouetted out. And I think it came out looking good. I also had a light on the bottom of the stairs to give a beam of light up into the attic. I thought that came out really well. Overall, I think the entire production went very well, and I plan on doing a lot more short films in the future.